Do you want to know what's one of the biggest problems that are keeping you away from the life that you truly want? Here it is, and hear me out. Self-trust. You don't trust yourself anymore, and probably you never did. That's the problem. What if I told you that trusting yourself is the key to live the life you want to dream, that you dream of, to live that lifestyle that you truly want, to become the person you always wanted to become, to get unstuck from where you are now, to change your life direction, to change the relationship, to change the specific job you are dying into every single day? What if I told you that self-trust is your problem? Actually, not trusting yourself, of course, is the problem. We live in a world where society, our environment, and everything outside ourselves wants to disconnect us more and more and more with ourselves. And because we are not aware of it, what we do, we follow the mass. We live in autopilot. We don't think anymore. We don't listen to ourselves anymore. We are so disconnected with our intuition, with our heart, with who we truly are, that we live our life in the hands of someone else. That's the problem. Because it's only when I started to truly listen to myself again that my life completely changed. I was able to change myself completely. Change, I don't want to see change. I want to see remember who I truly was. I was able to remember who I truly was. I was able to completely change my lifestyle, which is just the consequences. Right? Self-trust is the key to unlock everything in your life. And so the problem is we need to reconnect with ourselves. People don't trust, and you probably do as well, people don't trust their intuition. People, they don't know what intuition is, how to listen to their intuition. People don't trust their heart. People don't trust their feelings, their emotions, because they think the opposite. They think that their heart, their feelings are actually taking them in the wrong direction. And they think, you probably think, that your mind is taking you there. How crazy is that? Because if you only knew who you truly are as a human being, what's your mind job and how your mind function, you will say, oh my God, how crazy I was to keep listening to this thing rather than here, or rather than people, or rather than society, or other than rules, or other than things outside myself. Because let me tell you, until and unless you don't stop to listen everything outside yourself rather than yourself, you will keep struggling. You will keep living a life that isn't yours. You will keep feeling empty. You will keep feeling unfulfilled, unsatisfied. 100%. And so it's time to get back to yourself, to understand your inner knowing. You have an inner knowing talking to you every single day. I used to have this inner knowing since I was a kid. No matter what I was seeing in my environment, no matter how much struggle, no matter the lack of money we had, no matter everything. Since I was a kid, God, I knew it. There was something inside of me telling me this is not life. There is more. And even though I didn't have any example, even though I couldn't see it with my eyes, so where would I take this thought if not within myself? This deep inner knowing gave me the possibility not to give up on everything, not to settle on everything, in every aspect of my life, kept me going to find more, to research more, to follow what I truly was feeling, to find and remember, not find, but remember who I truly was. That inner knowing saved me up until now, and it always will. Because if I didn't listen to myself, I was settling for nothing. I was having around me people that were keeping me small. I couldn't have big vision. I couldn't follow my dreams. I couldn't remember who I was if I didn't listen to that inner knowing, to that gut feeling, to my intuition. And so you are asking, how did you know was the right things to do? I don't know. Because I was born almost with this deep inner knowing. But I knew I cannot explain with words. There are no explanation rather than feeling. It's something that you feel through it. There is no logic in it. And when you start following that thing and you actually see that even though things didn't go how you expected with your mind, they served you for good. Because then you can connect the dots and you see that even though that thing didn't happen how you wanted, it was meant to happen that way. Because what you receive after that was even better than that thing you wanted that didn't happen. What I want you to reflect on is that the reason why you are feeling the way you feel, empty, your life has no meaning, everything that you do, you feel unsatisfied and unfulfilled, exhausted. It's because you are listen everything and everyone rather than yourself. Because when you listen to yourself and you follow yourself, you will never be disappointed no matter what. If I was listening to what people and everything was telling me, probably many years ago, I would have moved from my country, which was my biggest calling and pull toward. I knew since I was a kid that I needed to go out of this country, no, because it's just I knew it. Imagine if I didn't listen to myself. How many things I was preventing myself to experience, the people that I met, the experience that I have, the person I became because of that, right? But I choose myself and I will always will. Every time that you have to make a decision, you don't need to ask 25 people for what you have to do, because you need to understand that people give opinion to you based on their fear, on their expectation, on their past experiences, of their inherited beliefs that are nothing to do with you. Everyone is on their journey. And their journey, every single individual's journey, is not the same as yours. There is no such thing of I'm behind in life. There is no such thing of comparing yourself to someone else. You are you with your own path. Follow that thing. When I stopped asking for opinions, which honestly, I never really did so much. The only person that I was truly going for was my sister. But today, I don't feel and I don't need that. Because the self-trust that I built, the inner knowing, how connected I am with myself today, that I know what I know today more than ever, that I already knew what to do before anything else. Even if it's scary, even if it's afraid, even if it doesn't make sense to anybody else, I know what to do. And if I don't know, I know how to gain the answer, right? Yes, sometimes it's frustrating, of course. Even if you know, frustration sometimes comes. I mean, we are humans. Nothing is perfect in here. Perfection doesn't exist. So I get frustrated as well sometimes, exhausted sometimes, of course. But even if you get like that, you still know how to get back on track. That's what truly matters. So the problem is that you are letting things outside yourself keeping you disconnected from the very first thing that you should trust. Yourself. Yourself. It's time to reconnect with your heart, with that part of you that already knows. And yes, it might feel so scary. You might feel so afraid to reconnect with yourself and to listen to it because you've never done before, because you don't do it for such a long time, because it might feel uncertain. It's something that you cannot see with your eyes. Maybe because people outside yourself is telling you what you're doing. Don't do that because of this, right? And that's the price that you need to pay at the beginning. That's the difficulty. But once you pass that, my God. And so I hear many times when people want to change their life, they're trying to change their circumstances, they're trying to change their identity. But truly, the very first step, which is easier, is trusting in yourself, changing the meaning of what you are experiencing, and take the step. Everything else, it will be just a consequence of trusting yourself. Don't blame the situation you are in, but respond to that by changing the meaning of what's happening, not to you, but for you, no matter what's happening right now to you. So start building self-trust and start reconnecting with your intuition, your gut feelings, your body, right? Your heart is essential because it's what you must rely on in difficult moments, in big choices that you have to make. And I can give 1,000 examples on where, when, where, and why I trusted myself over logic. Because logic will take you to one direction, but yourself will take you to the opposite. And it's uncertain, it's scary, uncomfortable to choose the hardest path. The hardest path is always at the beginning, your intuition, your heart, yourself. It's always the hardest. Why? Because it's uncertain. It's much easier, no difficulty at all, to choose the logic, right? But you gotta question this. If you want to live, if you want to change your life, if you want to live a totally different life, a life that is more aligned with who you truly are, you cannot choose logic. Because the beauty in life, the best life, the best version of you, it's never in the logic and in the certainty. It's always in what you cannot see. It's always in the uncertainty. It's always in the uncomfortable. 100% from my lived experiences. Period. It's time to challenge yourself. It's time to put yourself outside your comfort zone. And it's time to trust what you can see with your eyes yet. That's where you grow the most. That's when you develop faith in yourself, self-esteem, confidence, self-trust. Can you now even think about this? Can you grow or develop confidence, self-trust in what you already know? If you already know how to do it, if you already know what is going to happen, if you already know that you know, what the heck are you going to learn? What the heck are you going to develop? Self-trust, self-esteem, or confidence in what you already know, in what is already certain? No. But many of us stay in the certain because the other side, too scary. But they don't understand the fear is just a great sign telling you you are on the right path. Fear is just excitement that you perceive as freaking out as a negative emotion. But fear is not a negative emotion. It's actually directing you and telling you, hey, you are experiencing fear. It's just excitement because it's something that you never done before. And something that you never done before doesn't equal dangers. It equals something unfamiliar that your mind doesn't know. Great, congratulations, that's your path. The greatest thing in life don't come from logic, from certainty, and from comfort. The greatest thing in life will always come from uncertainty, from discomfort, and from I know that I have to go there, but I have no idea what the heck I can expect from this. There is your true path. It sounds crazy, but it is 100% like this. This is what I've been doing for almost my entire life. And this is what I know I have to keep doing it if I want to grow, if I want to evolve, and if I want to live my true life. Today, more than ever, that I experience things that I never experienced before. So I dare you to start stepping, even if in small steps, okay, into the unknown, into the uncomfortable, and transform this fear in, it's not dangers, it's excitement because I don't know what the heck is gonna happen. So start making choices from within rather than an opinion from someone else or something else. The more you listen to yourself, the more you start understanding and listening to yourself, and the more you prove to yourself that actually trusting yourself is the best thing that you can ever done before. That's the secret. That's what I've been doing for almost my entire life, and it works. Because who I have become today, I would never be possible for me to become who I am today if I didn't trust myself. Because I lived 6 years in the unknown, in the uncertainty and discomfort. If I was quitting or listening to logic or people around me, I will be going back to live the life that I used to live before it was falling apart. 100%. So get back on track, reconnect with yourself, trust yourself, and just take small steps that comes from within you, and so you can connect the dots, reflect on the experience that you have, and understand that actually trusting to yourself isn't dangerous, and it is the key. I hope this video was helpful. See you in the next one. Bye.